Blake Lively's case is completely unraveling, and she only has herself to blame. In a very lengthy email Blake sent to the Producers Guild of America in June of 2024, she outlines all the ways in which she contributed to the making of It Ends With Us. And she's practically begging them to give her a producer's credit for the movie, but she makes it clear that she was never an employee. She had the power and she had control of that set from day one. Well, it's either she had all the control on set or she lied to the PGA in this email. When it comes to pre-production, Blake says that she led the location shift from Boston to New Jersey, and if you read the book, you know that it does take place in Boston. And if I'm remembering correctly, the reason that the location of the movie was changed is because Blake literally refused to film if she had to shoot it in Boston. That's why they moved it to New Jersey. But as far as the logistics and the costs associated with that, I don't believe she had anything to do with it. She also says that she reshaped the creative of the costume design for all characters. That was received horribly, by the way. And she says that she called in favors from her friends to get items loaned, discounted, or gifted to save on costume design costs. But she forgot to mention that they spent $615,000 on Justin and Blake's wardrobe alone because they had to reshop everything due to her changes. And that was before shopping for any other character. She claims that she gave the director, Justin Baldoni, references for character dialogue, but she also didn't read the book. She says that she did significant rewrites of the script. Well, did she do it or did Ryan? Because if I'm remembering that correctly, she told us it was Ryan. She says that she pushed the studio, distributor, and the director to change the rating of the movie from R to PG-13, which the book captured. Once again, how would she know? She never read the book. In production, she was unfortunately responsible for the firing of the first AD, Julie. She was also responsible for the firing of the second AD, who was also a woman, and that happened after she went behind Justin and Jamie's backs to Sony. She says that she managed politics and HR complaints on a daily basis. That's interesting. She said she acted as an intermediary to keep cast and crew engaged, safe, and on board, which is, okay, so Blake was HR then? I'm confused. She says she hired a new intimacy coordinator and intimacy doubles to help block out sensitive scenes, which I find extremely insane, actually, because we all know that she refused to meet with the intimacy coordinator that had already been hired, and she also refused a body double but wanted Justin to have one. He had to get Sony and Todd Black involved because he felt like she was setting him up for a trap. So, okay. When it comes to post-production, Blake says that she spent 10 to 22 hours a day working on this film and was only getting an hour and a half to 3 hours of sleep per night. She says that she brought on a new composer for the film, but forgot to mention that she had the first one fired. And she hand-selected 90% of the songs. She says she's personally called and emailed artists to convince them to let them use their music for the movie, and that she appealed to Columbia Pictures to grant Isabella Ferrer the introducing card. So now Isabella owes her one, which makes a lot of sense. She says that she brought the author of the book into the fold, involving her intimately in the edit to be sure they were honoring the book that she never read. I don't understand. She says that her cut of the film was ultimately selected, and we know that was after she basically pushed Justin out of the entire film. Now, when it comes to the marketing for this film, the entire reason that we're actually here, Blake says that she personally secured Taylor Swift to loan her song for the trailer. Taylor Swift, her best friend, the godmother of her children, the person who has written songs and named them after her kids. That Taylor Swift, yes. She says that she spoke with Sony's PR and marketing teams no less than 5 times a day, and that she helped design the first major marketing event in Dallas. She oversaw the sets built for their content days, and she secured the venue for the premiere party that the director of the movie was not invited to. And when she's finally done outlining all of the things that she allegedly did to make the film happen, she makes sure the PGA knows that the director, Justin Baldoni, and the producer, Jamie Heath, also the owners of Wayfarer, they will not be submitting a letter in support of her PGA mark, but they also won't be contesting it, so don't worry. And after name-dropping her famous friend Bradley Cooper, letting PGA know that he's the reason she's even submitting this letter in the first place because he wanted a PGA mark and he did this, so obviously why can't she? And she would have done it sooner. She would have done it the right way, but she was just recently given credit for the work that she did on the film. And she signs off finally by saying that she's a woman in the industry for 20 years and she believes in this day and age it's important for women to be credited for the work they do. Okay.